You're obviously under arrest for dangerous driving, failure to stop. I'm going to say possession with intent to supply an awful lot of drugs.
This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has already taken part in the study that I've posted on every video so far this week from Birmingham City University to find out your views on mental health defences in the courtroom. This will only take 5 minutes to complete, and thank you to everybody that has already done it and anybody that does in the future. This first story comes from Cheshire Road Police, and it involves a man called Neil Corrigan who was jailed on the 9th of May 2024 to 5 years for driving with and also dumping kilos of heroin. The 42-year-old from Scarborough had pled guilty to being concerned in the supply of Class A drugs, dangerous driving, failing to stop and driving without insurance. The court heard that at 5:30 p.m. on Tuesday the 5th of March 2024, police attempted to stop the Mercedes Sprinter van driven by Corrigan on the M56 near Warrington. Corrigan failed to stop and he threw a large package out the window. The police pursued the vehicle along the M56 into Manchester and then down the A555 towards Manchester Airport. The van eventually came to a stop at a multi-storey car park near Terminal 1 and Corrigan attempted to make off on foot but was arrested by police. Officers then returned to the M56 and they recovered 2 brown packages that contained 1 kilo of heroin in each one. Another 2 empty brown bags was recovered and they contained the remnants of a large amount of heroin that had split over the carriageway. An expert in drugs said that it was 2 kilos of heroin that would have been recovered, that would have been nearly £285,000, but the 2 they recovered they valued at nearly 150k.
If I could request what other TPAC resources are ahead so I can make a tactical resolution. A large amount of drugs have been thrown, mark post 31/5, 31/5. All lanes occupied. Vehicle is to lane 1, lane 1. It's trying to navigate through traffic now. Have GMP got anything at 6? Stand by, there's a minor collision damage only. Oscar November, Oscar on a Peugeot. And we're back out to lane 3, 3rd mile marker. Comms to end pass over. Well, vehicle's back on itself. It's rejoined main carriageway, no conflict with other road users. There was a broken down vehicle, but it's come to no incident. Vehicle is contraflow at the roundabout, but it's only the natural layout of the road. It's not a divide for conflict of other road users. And he's pushed himself into a solid barrier now. General direction, Terminal 1, and we are continuing now 30 miles an hour. He's tried to do a reset, and we are now into a closed multi-storey car park. I'm not going to be able to change lanes, it's not going to happen. We are through the barrier.
Black t-shirt, black shorts, white stripes, black baseball cap.
That's the way towards this car park, and we're just got an officer coming up behind him. Stand by.
Watch your arms, fella. It's on my shoulder. Got it. Have you told him? I've just said he's under arrest. Right. You're obviously under arrest for dangerous driving, failure to stop. I'm going to say possession with intent to supply an awful lot of drugs. You don't have to say.
Chief Inspector John Forshaw from the Cheshire Road Police and Crime Unit said this was a fantastic result and it removed a large amount of drugs off the streets of Cheshire and further afield. The manner that Corrigan was driving was very dangerous and he showed no regard for the safety of innocent members of the public as he failed to flee from officers. So I really look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on that story. And in some other news coming from Essex Police, 2 men have been jailed for a total of 11 years after a robbery with an imitation firearm and a knife inside a service station. Jack Knight, 44, and Grant Bolden, 39, were caught on CCTV in Cambridge Road, Stansted, at 10:35 p.m. on the 27th of September 2023. Knight immediately pointed the gun at the cashier and he advanced towards the counter. His accomplice Bolden brandished the knife and jumped over the counter and demanded cigarettes. The footage shows the pair leaving at 10:37 p.m. and they took £900 worth of cigarettes with them. The incident was reported by the manager to the service station, who was alerted by the employee. An investigation was swiftly done and support was put in place for the victim. On the 17th of October, as part of an ongoing inquiry by the police, they released CCTV images on social media to try to identify one of them. Bolden was later identified and he rang the police shortly after to confirm that it was him, but he said that he wasn't part of any robbery. Further investigation gathered their clothes and also mobile phone data to confirm that they were there at the time. Texts on the phone also discussed the sale of the cigarettes, where Bolden had said to somebody that he wanted £300 for 44 packets. Police executed a search warrant on the 20th of October 2023 and they found the imitation firearm at Bolden's address. Clothing that was also worn by both of them during the offence was also recovered, and they were charged with robbery at Chelmsford Crown Court. Bolden was jailed for 7 years and he was sentenced for separate offences in May 2023 that included making threats with a knife and racially aggravated public order offences. This was in relation to a taxi journey that he became abusive and refused to pay the fare. Detective Sergeant David Crane from the Serious Organised Crime Unit said this was a very frightening incident for the victim, who had no reason to believe that the gun was not real. Knight and Bolden used the weapon to target the service station in order to steal money and also cigarettes. The seriousness of the offending was investigated by our team and they have been brought to justice. So I really appreciate you joining me today for these stories. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Don't forget to follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios and like, comment, share and subscribe. Peace.